So, today's been a very interesting day. Someone sent me a video that a bodybuilder made, and basically, they think I'm on steroids, guys. What? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. just no, I'm not, and that's just annoying, but it is what it is. I watched the video already twice. I'm gonna watch it the third time with you guys. I'm just break down some of the BS here. Mind you, I do think this is pretty hilarious, and I am very flattered that, you know, people think I'm using enhancement drugs, if you know I'm not. But yeah, let's watch the video. So here we go.
I went from 140 pounds to 160 pounds in 30 days. He claims he put on
Yes, I did.
20 pounds of muscle in a month. 20 pounds. 30 days.
Off the bat, he says that I claim that I put on 20 pounds of muscle. I didn't say that. And in the caption that he used, it clearly shows that I did not say that. I just said that I went from 140 to 160. But that's already, come on. But people are loving it. Here we go. First of all, I also love the title. His natty status is fiction.
Coach Greg, in today's video,
That's
we're doing another
clever.
natty or not. And this time it's on a guy named FIKSHUN. He's kind of like Steven Seagal. He can't actually fight in the real world, but he plays it well on camera. And so
I'm a first-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I've been doing martial arts since I was 3 years old. My dad is a seventh-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I would hope I can fight in real life. But, again, you know nothing about... It's okay. This is good click. I mean, it's entertaining, for sure.
background, this guy was the winner of season 10 of You Think You Can Dance. And so I've watched
So You Think You Can Dance.
ton of his videos. The guy can dance like no other. He is absolutely phenomenal. And he's been training for years. I mean, look at his before photos. 140 pounds, close to 7% body fat. Guy shredded. Looks like he...
So he says I've been training for years. I'm assuming he means my dance training. But also I keep up with my martial arts, and I am a very physical person. So I did get into calisthenics and stuff too. So yeah, I've been doing, I've been training. Yes. And he also says my body fat. Just a quick disclaimer, guys. I don't know my body fat. I don't measure that stuff. I just kind of I just work out to look good. I don't really sweat on the little details, but yeah, I didn't even know that. So maybe he somehow knows my body fat. I don't know how.
Up on stage. And if you think he got all those muscles from just dancing, what is wrong with you? You don't get a body like that unless you've been training harder than last time. 500 push-ups every single day. 50 pull-ups every day. Some very difficult calisthenics, also 50 chin-ups a day, 10 minutes of planks. And so he says he never needed weights. All he needed was consistency. Well, Frank...
So what he's doing, which again is very clever, he's using an old video where I only did calisthenics, and that was my daily routine. I did do 500 push-ups a day. I did do the pull-ups and chin-ups, some just other calisthenic stuff. And this is when I wasn't using weights. I was only using body weight. So, and this is also like a year ago. And he also even admits it when he reads some comments later, but we'll see. But yeah, so just to clear that up.
Don't believe it. Considering that he's just bench pressed 275 pounds, he claims he put on 20 pounds of muscle in a month.
Y'all see what happened? Hopefully I don't have to explain everything, but I think I need to because some of the comments on this video is hilarious. I didn't go from calisthenics to then just going into the gym and bench pressing 275. After I got as big as I could with calisthenics, which was about 140, 143, I then decided to go to the gym and work out by lifting iron, which then helped me gain more mass. And then I did this for 30 days straight. I logged this all on my Instagram story. And then I was able to bench 275. So he skipped around, but yeah, okay.
20 pounds, 30 days. And so let me ask you this. If anyone in the world told you that they put on 20 pounds of muscle in a month, are you going to believe them? Even with steroids, that would be very hard to believe. But 30 pounds while in a natural environment, especially when you've been training for years, not like he has newbie gains, not like he hasn't trained before, And to go from 140 to 160, that is tremendous. That means he put on over 14% of his body weight in only 30 days. Makes no sense. And so quitting is an option. It's him versus him. He's been training this way every single day for years. Think about it. Think of the dedication. He does this on top of all the dancing. And so essentially he's doing a full body workout, but he doesn't train his legs. But remember, he's doing a lot of dancing. He's doing...
Again, because obviously he's only showing the clip of when I posted when I was doing calisthenics. At that time, I wasn't training my legs. In the gym, I do train my legs now. So that also helps, with putting on more mass. And I also was dieting heavy when I was doing calisthenics. There's a lot of things I did not eat. I was very picky about my diet. Everyone around me would talk about it. Hence why I was so shredded too, because a good diet will do that. When I decided to want to get stronger and bigger, I decided I'm going to eat more and loosen my diet up more. So yeah, then I went on to eating a lot more. I would go to Burger Lounge. If you guys know what that is. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's an amazing organic burger spot in LA. And I would get three chicken sandwiches a meal. And I would eat that. And then I would also eat like 2 sandwiches from this place called Organico. And I would pack it with chicken. And I would do that every day. So the 3 sandwiches for one meal and then like 2 sandwiches for another meal plus like potatoes and rice. So yeah, again, I don't think it was all muscle. I bulked up, but it's funny because he kind of says that later, but you'll see.
One-arm push-ups, chin-ups, pull-ups. The guy is an animal. But then suddenly he puts on 20 pounds of muscle in a month, and people are wondering if he's natty or not. Let's first address this. Is it in fact possible to put on 20 pounds of muscle in a month? No. You can't put on 20 pounds of muscle in a month. But to his credit, he doesn't say it's all muscle. And so maybe he just went from being in a calorie deficit or main gaining to suddenly going on a bulk. If he did that, is it possible to put on 20 pounds of body weight in 30 days? Of course it is. And so in the before photo, you can clearly see
the video, there's the answer right there. But I just want to keep hearing him think that he knows my life and yeah, contradict himself. So I'm going to keep watching it. But yeah, that's what happened. But let's watch.
As a tremendous pump. He's showing the vascularity in his forearms. You can see the shredded six-pack, the pump in his chest. Everything is pumped. He's training his back. The muscles are swollen with blood. And so he is looking at his best. And so in his before photo, he's not photoshopping it to make him look smaller. He's pumped up to the max and he weighs 140 pounds. Remember, this guy is very short, shorter than even Coach Greg. And so that is why...
I don't know who Coach Greg is, but that did make me laugh. And I'm 5'6". Yeah, I'm not that tall. 5'6" and a half. But with my ponytail up, I'm 5'7". That was funny.
So big while only weighing 140 pounds. I went from 140 pounds to 160 pounds in 30 days. Now, in this video, you see his shirt off, which makes it much more difficult to see. Is it, in fact...
I think he meant to say you see his shirt on, which is totally fine. I mess up on my videos all the time, too, so... all good. Mind you, too, I'm not coming at this guy. He thinks he knows me, which is fine. I'm just here to clear some things up. But I like this part. This part is cool. I like all of this, really, except for the parts that aren't true. But, yeah.
So, it's one thing to go from 140 to 160 and get fat. He could have just been eating in a surplus. He could have been bulking, force-feeding junk food, and got a beer belly. And so what we have to see is, did this guy, in fact, get fat? And so as he flexes the one arm, looking at himself in the mirror, you can clearly see the guy has a shredded six-pack even through his clothing. I highly doubt he gained significant amounts of body fat if you can still see his abs to this extent. And as he does his chins, you can see the guy still has a very small waist, wider shoulders, still looks like a bodybuilder. And as he walks off the camera smiling, he has a six-pack. Even as his stomach is relaxed, you can clearly see a visible six-pack directly underneath his shirt. And so if you ask me, the guy's put on almost all muscle.
So apparently people don't know what flexing is. At that time when I was bulking, if I relaxed, I had a little bit of a but you know, we all flex when we on camera. What? So I'm definitely flexing. I'm also flexing my stomach too. Also, that brand, check out the and the thing. That brand makes you look good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't always love every brand that I wear or like get for like a promo or whatever, but that brand, fire. I'm actually gonna leave a link in the description just because they're not even paying me for this, but I'm just gonna do it anyway, just because they're so fire. But yeah, they make you, it makes your stuff look good. Like, and I'm not, again, I'm working out every day too, so you know, I'm not allowing myself to get fat. I'm also, you know, I'll explain my workouts too in another video. For now, this is just a reaction video. But yeah, so that explains that. I'm flexing my stomach, and you can see my abs, and the shirt makes it look really good. But he thought I was relaxed, and I appreciate that. And at the end, he says, you know, if you ask him, I put on 20 pounds of muscle. If you ask me, I got bigger and bulkier, but it wasn't, I don't think it was all muscle because I was eating a lot. And I wasn't as cut and lean as I was in the calisthenics videos. But he'll mix the two and try to seem like it's like me saying I'm the same like body type, but just bigger, but I'm not. But okay.
Maybe he's gained 1% body fat, maybe a couple of pounds of fat, but mostly all I can see is extra muscle. And so if we are to believe that he's natural, you're going to tell me that this guy put on 20 pounds, almost all of it lean tissue, in only 30 days. And he did this while already having achieved his natural newbie gains. If you had told me that he had never touched weights in his entire life, he hadn't done any training whatsoever, and that he suddenly joined the gym and was on a bulk and put on 20 pounds,
I look good. Yeah, and that was me. Calisthenics heavy. Actually, matter of fact, this specific shot right here, this is when I started using a weight vest. So I guess technically I was adding more body weight to myself. I was doing calisthenics, but I was doing it with a weight vest, and that's what got me even a little bit bigger than well, it's a little more chest, a little bit like thicker looking. But in comparison to what I look like now, I still look pretty skinny. I was about like 140. I think my biggest here was 145. Because then there was a period of time where I stopped doing calisthenics. I got back down to 140, and I told myself, okay, I want to get to 160 because I've never been 160. Let me go to the gym and start bulking. So I went from not doing calisthenics, dropped myself back down to 140, and then I went up from 140 to 160, eating a lot every day. On top of the sandwiches I was eating, I was also eating like a smoothie place every day, adding whey protein to that all the time. And I just did this consistently every day. I maybe took a day off once a week, but for the most part, I tried to just go straight for 30 days.
Wouldn't believe it. 20 pounds of muscle in a month, people. This is not something that happens overnight. Remember when I told you I gained 4 pounds of muscle in a month taking Turk Builder, and none of you believed it? It was 4 pounds. 4. This is 20. Yeah, I think you can gain 4 pounds of muscle in a month. If you took, for example, creatine or Turk Builder, if you're a high responder, of course you can. But you can't gain 20 while being natural, even with...
So, again, I never said I gained 20 pounds of muscle. I clearly got bigger though. And I'm not like a bodybuilding person. I don't count my calories. I'm not into like the sciences and numbers of everything. All I knew is that if I eat a lot and I always go to the smoothie place and ask for whey protein, because I know people drink that stuff to like, you know, it's protein. So it's for your muscles to get bigger and stuff. So, that's what I would do and ask for that. But yeah, I don't even think I gained 20 pounds of complete muscle, but I did gain 20 pounds. Okay.
Creatine, G-Test, GO2 Max, ActiBuilder, and Turk Builder, you're not putting on 20 pounds in a month. Get that out of your heads. People, you need to understand what is reasonable to achieve in a natural environment. Even with steroids, even with all the steroids, putting on 20 pounds of muscle in a month, very, very rare. Hit a new PR. And on that day, not a single rep was performed. He has 275 pounds on the bar. You can clearly see his ass comes off the bench. That means it's a no lift. It's kind of like bench pressing when you arch your back so much that the bar only moves an inch. It's not an actual bench press. But
so I don't know the rules to that, but he's probably right about that. I can bench this now though without doing the butt thing. It did come up a little bit, like a little bit, but I guess that don't count. If it don't count, hey, that's cool. I've done it multiple times now. I'm actually stuck at 275. I'm retraining myself, my muscles a little differently, because I think I hit a plateau of doing the same workouts every day for 30 days. and that's just how my body worked. So, and he says it's impossible. Well, first he said a lot of things, but he said it's rare. And if I'm a rare breed that just went from 140 to 160, I did it. I weigh myself every day. Again, I'll explain my workouts in another video, step by step how I did it. But yeah, But no, if this don't count as a bench as a PR, I guess it don't count. But that's fine.
That's besides the point. Do you really think that this guy has never lifted weights in his life? He's only done push-ups, one-arm push-ups, chin-ups, and so on. That he suddenly can bench press 275 pounds with 30 days of training? I don't think so. And it says on the road to 300. Well, yeah, if you're taking performance-enhancing drugs, you're obviously going to continue to improve. Now, I must say, it does look like...
You can also improve by just working out naturally and being consistent and going to the gym, lifting iron, and eating a lot. And that's also a thing too. But yeah, just saying. I'm going to get there. And I'm going to do it naturally. Here we go.
Slightly softer in this video. Not saying he got fat, but he certainly doesn't look as lean as when he was 140. And so is it maybe possible, that he's rounding off his body weight? Perhaps at the start he was 144, at the end he was 156, and he said, I started at 140 and ended at 160. That would make a big difference. If you're...
Yo, him replaying that video of me lifting the weight. He got me. Hey, I posted it, so it is what it is. That looks so funny. You got me, bros. On the bench press thing. Again, my butt did come up a little bit, but it's just funny how you kept repeating it. But yeah, I'm gonna let him continue. Sorry.
Rounding your weight down at the start and rounding your weight up at the finish, you could in fact make it look like you put 20 pounds when you actually didn't. And so is it possible that he was drinking a lot the night before, woke up very dehydrated, weighed himself, and then ate a ton of food after 30 days and weighed himself at the end of the night, perhaps after eating a big salad, drinking a bunch of water, and was bloated? And that's how he gained 20 pounds? Well, maybe. But if he's saying that he went from 140 to 160 in 30 days without taking anything, I don't think that's possible. And let's check out what Reddit says. Natty or juice? Is FIKSHUN...
This part is funny. So watch these comments. This one doesn't say it, but these other ones will. You'll see. Actually, I'm gonna show you first, and then you'll see. I'll see if you catch it.
According to him, he just dances, and I never saw him hit the gym on his IG. Guys, you need to research harder than last time. Of course, he's not just dancing. He does push-ups and sit-ups and calisthenics. But he has since then said he's put on 20 pounds in 30 days.
He also showed me in the gym when I did the post about me saying I gained that weight. I'm doing work. I'm lifting iron. You showed me doing it, but now you're saying that I'm saying that I only did it this way when that's not what I said. For people who are not paying attention, I see how you can be consumed into this. No, like he's showing the footage and saying you see what I'm saying.
In fact, hitting the gym, we just saw him bench press 275. On the road to 300, I might add. You can't dance like that naturally. He's clearly on heavy and ever. Imagine just having pecs without going to the gym. My genetics ain't having that. Exactly. You really think the guy can look this good from just dancing? People have no idea. This body...
First of all, you have no idea. No, if this is where I gotta, because I've been a dancer for a long time, as well as a martial artist. I did martial arts first, and then I got into dancing. Yes, you can have a very good body as a dancer only. Mind you, I did also calisthenics, so the push-ups was helping for sure. But before I was touching weights, yeah, dancer bodies, I don't know if he's looked up, dancer bodies. Like I'm talking like really intense dancer bodies. Hell, look up a ballerina. And these dudes have never touched a weight, at the gym, whatever, but their legs look crazy, like guy ballerinas or them just lifting girls all day. Heck, cheerleaders. There's some cheerleaders I knew guys who weren't lifting weights and they were just lifting girls and got really big. When you are very intense in your sport, or whatever it is, you can look pretty good and athletic. Yes. But also too, I don't know if you guys caught it, but those comments that he is reading say 1 year ago. So which confirms what I'm talking about. The video he's showing is when I did calisthenics only 1 year ago. Then he shows the comments that are from 1 year ago of them asking me, am I natty or not? And some people saying, no, I've only seen them. I never seen them, work out or go to the gym. You're right. At that time, I was just doing push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups. But I did add a weight vest to get a little bit more size, which only got me up to 145. So, yeah. But he's trying to make it seem like that's what I just did in 30. Like, you see what I'm saying? The most recent video of me saying I got it in 30 days is, and then the comments he's using from a year ago don't add up. Okay, you know what I'm saying.
A 99% level body. It's better than 99% of the population. You think he just got that from dancing? Having pecs and delts looking like that while not training at all? Just doing some moves on the dance floor? Of course not. And so that's the problem. People think, oh, he's not that big. He's 140 pounds. He's not an IPU pro. And so he probably just dances around and he gets a body like that. And if you actually train, that body is achievable by anyone. Anyone could look like that. All you have to do is look at weights and you look like that in 30 days. Are you kidding me? Okay, but he probably does 1,300 push-ups every morning. You could easily achieve that at your peak physique if you were dedicated to doing that. No, not everyone can look like this just because you're dedicated. That I hate. One of my biggest pet peeves is people think, oh, if you just try hard, you can all look like that. No.
And maybe this is my optimism here. Maybe not everyone can do it, okay? Because if everyone can do it, whatever. But I do have a theory that maybe not a lot of people can do it because they are not as dedicated as they claim to be or actually are. I try to be an example of what that looks like when you are dedicated and you do choose to do something naturally, what you can achieve by doing that. So in my mind, it's kind of like, yes, you can. Is it rare? Yes. Is it impossible? No. Yes, you can. Will everybody do it? Probably not, because they don't have the dedication. But you can. It's possible. Okay.
Not everyone can walk around at 6 or 7% body fat with well-formed abs, small waist, wide shoulders, and pecs and delts for days. It doesn't work like that. Oh, as long as you do a bunch of push-ups in the morning, you'll have a physique like that. Of course you won't. Well, if you have amazing genetics, you will. But how many of you out there have amazing genetics? Not many. Oh, he doesn't have amazing genetics. He's short. Shut up! Whether he's natty or not is up for debate, but this definitely isn't just from dancing. Exactly. I mean, look at him as he's dancing. The moves are phenomenal, but look at the physique. It looks like he's a male stripper at a bodybuilding competition. He's on there dancing around. Abs are freaking shredded. Chest is well formed. Wide shoulders. He has everything going for him. He could literally put on a pair of board shorts and walk out on a men's bodybuilding stage. Also, he's just short. I mean, if you're over 5'6" and you want to have a great physique, the cards are stacked against you. What is wrong with you people? You really think that just because you're 5 feet tall, you're going to have way more muscle than if you're 6 feet tall? Is that really how you think genetics work? Taller guys can't have muscle. Shorter guys, they have all the muscle.
I could be completely wrong here. And if I am, I'm sorry. This is just my headcanon. But like when you are shorter and you do put on, like someone my size, 160, and then someone taller than me, 160, the taller person may look like skinnier than me. Skinnier, not skinny, skinnier than me at 160 because the muscle, the muscle doesn't help me grow taller, so it has to go, out. So I would think that it does look different and does, not to say tall people can't get buff, they can, but like I think the weight looks different on short and tall people. But maybe that's not what he's saying. I feel like that's what he's saying. If it's not what he's saying, maybe he's not. But I'm just saying, I think that makes a difference. So like 165 for me looks probably, whatever compared to someone taller. You get it. Okay.
It doesn't work like that. You can't get this from dancing alone. There's no way he must lift. Man has some great genetics. Those
Now again, these are 1 year comments. Back then I wasn't lifting. Back then I was not lifting. These all say 1 year. Wasn't lifting. And no, but technically I was doing the weight vest. So maybe that counts. If that counts, then I was, but I was still doing calisthenics. So I'll let you guys decide on that one. But yeah, I wasn't lifting. I wasn't. Either way, it was natural, and I wasn't. Yeah, okay.
Look surreal. And so when you look at a physique and you say it looks surreal, it's highly sus from day one. He is pretty big compared to how big he is. Just because he doesn't have Ronnie Coleman's physique doesn't mean that he isn't big. This guy is under 7% body fat. People don't have 99.9999 percentile genetics or on performance-enhancing drugs or both can't get this physique. They would just lose their muscle and be just skin and bone if they cut this far. And so think of it. Sub 7% body fat. Normally when you diet to this extent, your testosterone levels are going to go down. Now, it is of course possible that he's taking G-tests, that he's taking test boosters, perhaps with Tom Catalee, Fedosia agrestis, ashwagandha, and so on. And perhaps that's allowed his body to have more testosterone. Or perhaps he just has ridiculously amazing genetics that allow him to build muscle while being at single-digit body fat. Or he might...
It might be that second one, because I definitely don't take whatever the thing he's talking about. I just don't take it. I don't know what to tell you guys. I just don't take it.
Be on PEDs. Have you ever thought of that? Do you not think it's possible? I mean, after all, is he involved in drug-tested sport competition? I don't think so. He's a dancer. There are no water rules. He doesn't have to abide by water. No one's saying he can't use SARMs, steroids, whatever. And so why do you not think that he wouldn't take this? He makes a living based on how he looks and how he can perform. Imagine the pressure for him to look good on social media. He's literally dancing with his shirt off. Last I checked, when your shirt is off, people are going to look at your body. And when people look at your body and perhaps he's 20 pounds overweight, they might say, I'm not as impressed. But if you have a...
Okay, first of all, I make a living from my skill set. It just so happens that training hard in my skill set, does make me look good. But also I have put more focus into looking good as well as having a high skill set. So maybe there's a little bit of truth in that, but like majority is the skill itself. And the one video that he showed of me dancing with my shirt off, mind you, I've danced with my shirt off more than that one video. But there are way more videos of me dancing with my shirt on and doing my, arts with my shirt on than there is with my shirt off. So I don't rely on that. And another reason why I have no reason to cheat it or, take stuff to get it better, I could just do it the natural way because I'm not here to be, at the top of my game or above that, not naturally. I'm not competing against anyone. So I have no reason to take it, but it's okay.
Pack and you can move and do the dances like he does, then clearly way more people are going to want to watch. And so it's kind of like being a stripper. A stripper who looks good is going to get more money, more looks, more eyes on them than a stripper who doesn't look good. Does that not make sense? And so why would you think he would remain natural? What moral obligation does he have to you, to me, to anyone to stay off performance-enhancing drugs? And given the fact that he literally makes a video saying he put on 20 pounds in 30 days, does that not tip the scale in favor of him being not natural? I mean, if he had said, hey, I put on 5 pounds in 30 days, this is my transformation, we'd say, well, that's not bad. That makes sense. That's pretty good. Good job. Keep going. Perhaps in a year or two, you'll put on 20 pounds. But 20 pounds in 30 days? I mean, come on, guys. Why would you believe he's done that while being natural?
Because it's true. And if you want to push the narrative to, I gained 20 pounds of muscle, you could do that. But I didn't say that. I did gain the 20 pounds though. Yeah, so I just don't even, I don't know what else to say to that. It is possible. I did it. He's, again, mixing my calisthenics body with my bulk body, which they're actually different. So I don't, look like my calisthenics self when I am at this weight now. I'm not as cut as I was, but I'm still pretty nice. Actually, I've been trying to up my reps and do lesser weight so I get back my cut as well as keep my strength. But yeah, it's good story. It's a good video. Like the views going crazy. I think it has like over almost 30K views right now. Let's look at it real quick. It has, where's it at? Where's the views? Am I tripping? Can I see them? Y'all see the views? It had, oh yeah, 30,000 views. I see it in 8 hours. So good video, you know, for getting the views, but wrong information about my life. But okay.
We can see he's fighting against Jason Derulo of all people. The guy looks so small in comparison. And look at him fighting Jason from Friday the 13th. And so his videos are absolutely amazing, outstanding, quality work, an amazing dancer. I just don't think the guy's natural. And so looking at his physique with the vascularity, the leanness, the amount of muscle he has, the fact that he's dancing all the time and the majority of his training is actually done outdoors doing chin-ups and push-ups and so on. The fact that he claims to put on 20 pounds in only 30 days, up from 140 to 160. I just don't think he's natural. Not saying I don't like his content, not saying not to go follow him. Of course, go follow him, go and check it out. And if he is in fact on performance-enhancing drugs, so what? He's not being drug tested. He has no one to answer to. And so good for him. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. And there's 2 bloops. You can watch those right now. And of course, if you're interested in any of the supplements, code GREG 50.
Selling supplements. I get it. It makes sense, again, for the brand. Do what you gotta do. Greg, you know, no, there's no animosity from me to you. Hey, make your money, playa. Do what you gotta do. But if you have wrong information about me, I just feel like, number one, you also, I looked on Instagram, he follows me. He could have reached out. Hey, bro, you natural. Like, I'm about to make this video about you. But I guess that wouldn't be as controversial, right? And it wouldn't get the view. So, hey, do your thing, homeboy. Like I said, but just to clear the air, I hope that makes sense, what he kind of did there. Again, 2 different parts of my life. He's combining them into one. I did go to the gym every day and lift heavy as heavy as I could. I ate a lot of food. I drank a lot of smoothies with whey protein. And I did this every day for 30 days after I, you know, let my calisthenics body go. I did go from 140 to 160. I did. I just don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I've always been a very active person. It could be my genetics. I always hate that excuse or that reason because I feel like it's a slap in the face to my hard work, as well as why I would never do a performing enhancement drug, because I feel like it's a slap in the face to my hard work. No offense to anyone who does. Do your thing. Be jacked as you want to be. That's great. It's not for me. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't do it. And yeah, I just hope that clears up a lot. I'm going to get off his face, like, because that face is... Actually, no, I'm going to leave him there. But yeah, so, you know, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you check out my other stuff. You like it. I followed him back on Instagram. Like I said, there's no bad blood. It is what it is. Just, yeah, you don't know my life. But it's okay. I hope we can be cool after this. Hit me up in the DMs. But, yeah. And if you want to know more, I will be making a video in depth about, you know, everything I did, step by step, and how I did it, for you guys who want to know. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check out my other videos. I just dropped a short film, all action fighting. I hope you guys, it's doing good so far. Check it out. If you guys like it, you like it. If you don't, you know, oh well. And yeah, adios. I'm out.